Welcome back, trainer. So I got my coffee and now we can move on to the next video, which is the announcement of a new event within an event within an event. That's right. So let's go ahead and hop into the details here. If you do not know, we are getting a special raid week and it's going to include a new shiny as well as easier to get a shiny that we've all been seeking and looking for desperately through those tasks that we had before, and that's going to be shiny Lapras. Get ready for the summer with a special week of events. Prep your best teams and get your raid passes ready for our upcoming extraordinary raid week. Get those raid passes ready, they say. Okay, got plenty of those. Extraordinary raid week time and dates. So we have Tuesday, May 21st at 1 p.m. to Tuesday, May 28th at 1 p.m. PDT. So there you have it. Raids. Now, this is, what we're all anticipating here. So we have for the tier 1 raids, we have Machop, Slackoth, Shinx, and Bronzor. All right, so when we do scroll down to the bottom here, it is going to say, and if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Bronzor. So that is going to be the new shiny introduced into this event. So Machop can also be shiny, Shinx as well. Slackoth, not quite yet, and who knows? There's not going to be any surprise shinies. I'm just thinking in the future, are we going to get a community day? But that's for another discussion. Tier 2 raids, Mischievous, Curlia, Mawile, Feebas, Clamperl, and Bibarel. Alright, so Mischievous can be shiny. It's very elusive, so this may be your opportunity to possibly get one of those in the increased spawns of these raids. Curlia, just a good opportunity to find a great IV one. Mawile can be shiny, and that's actually a pretty good Pokemon to have in the Great League for specific situations. I was going to get into the details of why, but I don't want to go down different roads. Feebas also can be shiny. And now this one is going to be pretty good for the people who possibly missed the Clamperl little event that we had. So you could possibly get yourself a shiny. That's pretty neat. And then Bibarel. Okay. Tier 3 raids, we have Alolan Raichu, which can be shiny. Chansey, Scyther, shiny. Aerodactyl, shiny. And Floatzel, which is very interesting. That should be pretty fun to test your skills out on. To see if you can do it with 2 Pokemon or something like that. We all know tier 3 raids aren't so difficult anymore unless you're running into bugs. Tier 4 raids, Alolan Marowak, Dragonite, Tyranitar, Absol, and Metagross. So Absol can be shiny as well as Alolan Marowak, so that is pretty neat. Metagross raids are always pretty interesting to try a duo with. And Tyranitar, well, they've been around for some time. Unless you're a new trainer, as well as the Dragonites, those are going to be pretty cool for you to do and receive those Pokemon. Features, if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Bronzor. Okay, bonuses, ×2 raid Stardust and ×2 raid XP. All right, very nice. Now here we go with the event within the event within the event. Raid hour, Wednesday, May 22nd. So we're going to have a raid hour. All right, so it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be, yeah, we'll see how that works out. Features, the number of raids of all levels will increase during this event hour. So basically for this little raid hour, on top of the raid week, you're going to have a special hour where raids are going to be increased. So you will be able to go out there for that hour and just, do as many raids as you can. It's not specifically a legendary raid. It's more of, they're just going to, every gym's going to be a raid, right? All right, so and there are the times here. Lapras Day, as a matter of fact. So the Americas, Greenland, Europe, Middle East, Africa, India, Saturday, May 25th. At 11 p.m. to 2 p.m. So we will be able to see, kind of like we saw with the legendary birds, Gengar, things like that. It's going to be for 3 hours. You're going to get 5 passes, and the way 5 free raid passes. And the way this works is you're not going to be able to get a free pass by spinning the same gym over and over again. You're going to have to go to 5 different gyms and receive that raid pass like that. Okay. And then Asia Pacific, Sunday, May 26th. At 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So there you go. All the times should be in your app. Features, the Transport Pokemon Lapras will join raid battles for this event. Receive up to 5 raid passes from gyms at no cost. All right. So if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Lapras. And there you go. That is why they made it so elusive with the whole tasks. And, basically that, right? Because they had planned for this whole raid day for Lapras, which is pretty cool. I will admit. Thank you. Awesome. I just really, I'm going to be quiet about it. We'll talk about that here in a moment. All right, this is your chance to add some awesome Pokemon like Tyranitar, Metagross to your team. We hope you're up for the challenge, trainers. Well, I am definitely up for the challenge if I'm able to raid correctly without the raids breaking down. So there you have it. Pretty cool stuff going on here for the raid week. May seem a little bit confusing because there's like, we have a raid hour, a raid day. It's like, what's really happening here? But wait, there's more. So in addition to this whole event and then the Lapras day, you will be able to get the legacy move Ice Shard and Ice Beam on those Lapras. So that is pretty awesome. Sorry to the people who traded off very valuable Pokemon to other people who were giving them that legacy, and now it's just going to be basically obsolete. At least you had it for, I guess, the Tempest Cup. So there's that. You're going to also be able to possibly find it in a shiny with these legacies, so that is going to be quite amazing. Get out there and raid. I would definitely take advantage of this opportunity for sure, because Lapras is no joke, especially getting a shiny as well as double legacy. That's pretty on point right there. All right, so with all these events down the pike, you're thinking to yourself, okay, this is great. This is absolutely great. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're thinking this other thing. So the game is currently absolutely broken, right? So I'm assuming they would come up with an update, but as it is now, these are the current things that we're having to deal with. All right, hope you enjoyed that little masterpiece I put together there. Hopefully they can resolve these issues by the time we get this new event. So let's go ahead and go over Bronzor here, seeing that it is going to be in the raids for the first time. Let's go ahead and go over that 100% IV you're looking for when you go into these raids here. So 100% IV is going to be 344. Weather boosted in snowy or windy weather is going to be 430. Now let's go ahead and move over to its evolution, because this thing actually can perform pretty good for the Nightmare Cup if you are still going to participate in one of those. So it's going to be a Steel and Psychic type, and soon to be in a shiny variant. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I'll have the images on either side so you can take a look at that. Max EP 2,239, attack 161, defense 213, and stamina 167. Now let's go ahead and look at the weaknesses here in case you decide to use it. It's going to be weak to dark, fire, ghost, and ground. So it's going to have to look out for those Toxicroak, possibly the Skunk Tanks as well with those dark, and as well as that Flamethrower. You got to look out for the Zatus with the Ominous Wind, as well as the Hypnos with Shadow Ball, and a few others in between there. But on the plus side, take a look at what it's going to be resisting here. Quite the list. Poison, Psychic, Dragon, Fairy, Flying, Grass, Ice, Normal, Rock, and Steel. So you got to love those Steel types, always picking up many resistances. Now for its moves, we have quick moves, feint attack, and confusion. We'll go over those more in a minute. Then for the charge moves, we have flash cannon, psychic, and heavy slam. So if you are running this in the Nightmare Cup, what do you want? Confusion is going to be dealing massive damage to your opponents, especially the fighting types and Toxicroak in a big way. So that should be pretty good. But then on the other hand, you do have feint attack, which will be doing super effective damage to the psychic types and grant you a lot more energy in those PvP matches. So the choice is yours. I mean, the energy gain isn't such a big significant difference. It is there, but just take note of that. Personally, I would go with confusion, but then again, feint attack may throw your opponents off big time and throw their counts off, because they may be ready to count confusions as to when you're going to be getting off your charge moves. So what do you want for your charge moves, as a matter of fact? Well, I'd say you're going to want to go one heavy slam, and you definitely kind of want two charge moves. I mean, it's not going to be super necessary, but if you're trying to compete on a higher level, then you do need to unlock that secondary move for most of your Pokemon going into these tournaments. So you do have Flash Cannon, which you will be able to get stab, and it's doing neutral damage to pretty much everything in this cup and dealing a lot of it as well. So you could hit him up with Heavy Slam in case you're about to go down, or try to bait a shield, and then Flash Cannon to do massive damage. Now, if you're running Confusion, you don't necessarily need Psychic. I mean, you can have that if you so choose to, sure, but you're better off going with either Heavy Slam and Flash Cannon, or both of those, right? That's just the way it works. But if you are running Feint Attack, then maybe you want to go with Heavy Slam and Psychic for a little mix-up. I mean, I'm not going to give you super great advice right now as to what you want to do with your Bronzor, although it's not horrible advice. I'm just saying that really depends on what you're running on your team and what it can work around. But I don't want to get too deep into PvP right here, but there you go for Bronzor. Pretty neat Pokemon, very interesting. Glad it's getting a bit of love. Fun fact here, this was actually my first shiny Pokemon in the main series games that I personally ran into and found myself, and not traded. Somebody traded me a shiny or something like that. So that was pretty interesting. I forgot what version it was. I really do, but I transferred it from generation to generation to generation and over. It was crazy. I held on to it for so long, never even leveled it up. Never really did anything. It was just a very special shiny to me, first one I ever personally found, and kept transferring it from cartridge to cartridge. But honestly, now, unfortunately, I have no idea where it is. I'm pretty sure it's lost in time and space. So there you have it, trainers. The raid event is coming soon, and with it, some shiny Pokemon for us to collect, including a new one, and we will be able to get that shiny Lapras on that raid day. Not necessarily a day, but a 3-hour period. I mean, what are they supposed to call that 1-hour raid event deal that they have going on within the event? Is that like a raid half day? I mean, it's only 1 hour. See what I'm saying? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you'll be able to get yourself one of these new shinies coming into Pokemon Go and collect one of the shinies that you have yet to get. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.